Hello there and welcome. Today we're doing another battle report, this time using Tabletop Simulator so that I don't have to rush through setup and only get through one struggle and then have to rush to take it down. This way I can just play it in multiple sessions. So I'm going to be pitting the Maul Talzin list with some adjustments against another list that I want to try out. So we'll go through that first, and I decided just from the name to pick the Imperial Logistics Node map, and it looks okay. We'll do shifting priorities. The Dathomirians got to pick first. It looked like maybe this side was easier to deploy on. Two of the objectives on the back line are on the ground, so I thought that might be the better side for them. And so I've got Maul with Savage again, but I've swapped the Night Sisters into their squad, and then Mother Talzin with Jango Fett again, and then I had Clan Kreese with Maul, but I've swapped them into Talzin list and swapped them to Super Commandos. And this is because I felt that I had the Night Sisters in Talzin's squad, and they were kind of forced to go up into the midline, but their their defense is not great and not a high health pool, so they were quite easily wounded and not able to keep that point. So I think Jango Fett is good for crossing the map entirely, and Talzin is a little slow, didn't quite make it to the midline, so I needed someone for the midline objectives on Talzin's side. So I think that the Mandalorian Super Commandos will be better for that. They have the mobility and a little more staying power to actually go on the midline. Maul and Savage have, they don't want to sit back. They want to move forward, either across the board or into the middle at least. So we'll probably be trying to keep the Night Sisters back on the back point, if that ends up being one of these two. Now, again, we're still keeping a lot of diceless displacement on this team with Maul, Talzin, and Jango. Jango is his cheap one force. Maul, he can use damage for that. Talzin has the more expensive one. So we'll see if we actually use it in this match. Unlike last match, again, they're going first, which is not great for them, I think, because I think they want to be having targets to displace and attack. But we'll see how that goes this time. Last time they were against Mace, Windu, and Padme, their squads as they come in the box. But this time I want to try out Ahsoka and Anakin. I tried them, I think, back in probably June or July when they first came out. I tried everything from that first month of releases, and I found at that time that Ahsoka, I didn't really get much out of her on her activations, and I wasn't really able to take good advantage of her identity either to respond when people are wounded, and just generally was finding at that point that 5 dice attacks weren't really doing much. Um, so, and she was just too easy to ignore. Anakin, with his only support option being the 501st, I felt that he didn't quite fit my play style, and so I wasn't getting his points worth out of him to basically compensate for how bad the 501st are, and you had to bring them at that point. So circling back to him, well, circling back to, yeah, him specifically, because now I can put the ARFs with him instead, and circling back to both of them because I think I have a better understanding of the game and what more important or what I should be prioritizing in the game and play style wise and what I should lean into more. So so yeah, we're circling back to them to see if my improved experience of the game is will have a better effect on how these characters play on the table. Now, I think one of the things that I think I want to be doing is putting them on their shovey side. That's the more defensive side. So maybe I'll keep them on their more aggressive side and flip, and then that gives me the ability to flip into their defensive side after or at the end of their activation or before the attack. I'll have access to both stances on the first turn that way. Putting Rex with Anakin and Django with Ahsoka. I want to have jumps in both squads. Ahsoka has good mobility horizontally, but not so much vertically. And yeah, so Django and the commandos with scale will help take care of that side of things. So we'll draw our mission, our struggle one, shifting priorities. So we get the plus sign. So that'll be, oops, that, and that. Oh yeah, and I'm not sure that everyone would do this, but I considered this to be a piece of terrain that you could stand on, because it's technically the same elevation as the ground, but not sure that everyone would do that. Does Rex have a jetpack? Rex has a jetpack apparently. Alright. Okay, so let's shuffle up our order. Whoops, not flipping, shuffling. And see who is first. And it is Mother Talzin. The thing is, I will move a Dathomirian forward, but not forward enough to take a middle objective. Even Savage he gives him a dash to come closer, a dash forward. I don't think he would be able to contest that middle point. So, not really a good ability to get to different points. I think we'll reserve, even though that gives us the chance of maybe picking Maul. But she just really has no way of getting to that midline. Shatterpoint, of course. The Mandalorians are being paid to be my midline people. So I might use them, move them up to get control of those midline objectives. And then Savage is back here for that. Yeah. Hunker him up. I don't really want to be spending my Shatterpoint on supports right now, but that at least would make it a fight for control of the objectives here. Straight forward. Works. That's cool. I haven't used the mod for a while. I actually was using the old version before it got kind of taken over by different people and remade or re-uploaded or whatever you want to call it. So, well, yeah, they don't really need to be within 2 because they're not going to be able to take a shot anyway. Just habit. And then we'll use their jetpack. So hopefully I won't be spending for their jetpack. I'll be spending for their jetpack on their second activation. Otherwise my force economy is going to be an issue. Seems very shuffle. That isn't, but at least have to push back instead of sideways or anything like that. Yeah, they're probably fine there. Okay. Although, actually, we can do take cover action. So, yeah, sit right. You do have to take the whole move, whole push. You're doing take cover. Well, whenever you're doing a push, it's all or nothing. So, do that. Put them in the middle. I need more than one shove. Good. And we will take. I know they went first, and first player is supposed to be blue, but they're the bad guys, so we're making them red. And they will become hunkered. It's over to the Republic. Anakin. Anakin does have a potential target. Really be nice. Well, yeah, see, he's not going to be able to jump. Get there. He kind of wants that dash from Rex first. So he might be a reserve on that. Let's see who's next. Ahsoka. Ingress point there. She could do a force speed and then a climb. So that's what we'd be doing. Speed. Costs one. And then we'll do a climb with our move action. Just done. Okay. And then we really want to go for the shoves, I think, on this. Because, yeah, she wouldn't have had enough distance to get to that ingress point. I think get to the middle. So, yeah, we'll go to the side. And we will go on her Form 5 Shin reverse grip to try and get that shove or 2. Not sure that I can expect to get 3 successes on this based on another video I did. But we will try do what we can here. Yeah. So 6 dice on offense. Ahsoka and melee 5 dice. They're gonna lose their hunker. Okay, so 2 hits and 1 expertise. Although 1 expertise I think is 2 hits, so that'll be 4. 1 block. 2 expertise is 2 blocks, so 3. So we are only getting 1 through on that. So pretty much as expected. Just the 1. So we'll shove them. Yeah, everyone else is ranged, so let's shove them back. So they can be shoved. I think shove them back or off, and I won't be contesting anymore. So that will be a tied objective still, unfortunately. Which means 1 point for the Republic. So not great on that turn. But we'll see what the response is. So Talzin has her manipulating hand, but she doesn't really need it to flip a point. So I think we'll just see who's next. It is Maul. Again, not what I wanted. Maul could easily go grab that point. That's 4 points already. Yeah, this is a real bad turn order for the Republic. So I think we take our damage for speed. And then do another advance. And let's do. I mean, the hunker's not going to do much. Oh yeah, there's a damage for that, so they should have a damage. Do I just hunker him? I think I might. Nothing, not much else to do. Keep him there so he can easily move around. So that will be Maul. That will be 4 for the Dathomirians. So big start there. Let's see. I mean, Anakin does now have a target. Oh yeah, what side is he in? Dark Rage. Dark Rage has the jumps to get back into contesting range, but blocks wise and all that, Sinister Cunning is better. No, you know what? Sinister Cunning. Okay. Now, do we have Anakin go? That's the next question. He still kind of wants that. He doesn't need the dash from Rex. Maul just went. He's the only diceless displacement on that side of the board. So, yeah, we'll have Anakin go. And he will advance and do his. Which way do we want to shove? Towards the middle. I mean, yeah, this way, if I only get like a couple shoves, I can still get him off the point easily. So that was a force. And so his attack is 7 dice. And Maul's defense is 6. So here we go. 2 crits, 2 hits, and expertise. 1 expertise is a hit. So 2 crits, 3 hits, 2 blocks. He loses hunker. Yeah, I've been playing a Republic Obi-Wan list that is very hunker dependent, and obviously gets to keep its hunkers in melee, so used to that being the good kind of throwaway action, because it actually is quite helpful in that list, but not so useful in a lot of other lists. So yeah, 2 and 2, so 4. So we're going to be blocking all of the hits. 2 crits will get through, which is 4 damage, 2 shoves. So that's good to go on this angle so that we can get him easily off that point. And should probably follow up him. Not so easy to get off the point. Do 1 follow-up. And we get that 1 point, so that's 2 and a momentum. Not crossing 0. Okay, so who's next? Is it time for Talzin? Just not really going to get him there. Cross on that point, so Django. Okay. They've got 2 sitting on that. Actually, I don't think you can get to the back objectives on shifting priorities. You could get there with Sabotage Showdown, but I think he quite gets there. And there's 2 bodies on 2 different units for that. So let's have him advance. We're just gonna solidify this point, I think. And has to be within 3 for capture wire. So yeah, just out there. So we'll do, hold up. I want to do a focus to get the jump and jetpack. I can still jetpack and attack. Yeah, let's back that up. Can we get there in 2 jumps? I don't know if we can get within 3 on that. Yes, maybe. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So focus action for the jump. And jetpack for the jump. And I can do capture wire. And see, this list is just really spending all of their force. So hopefully it pays off. Yeah. So spend 1, pull her, and oops. Her that way. And give her a pin, which Ahsoka does not like. Pin. And then we'll do an attack. So focus till I have 7 dice. And she has also 7 dice on defense. She has deflect. That's after attack. Let's see what the result is. If there's any fails, which there likely will be. Yeah, there's a fail. So 1 block, 3 expertise. So 3 expertise will be 2 blocks. Oh, she gets jumps on her defensive expertise. Did not think about that. So crit to hit. So they'll be all considered hits. 1 expertise, well, that'll be a crit though. So 4 hits, a crit. And 3 blocks. So 2 successes getting through. So that will be 3 damage and strain. So interesting interaction here. Yeah, there's nothing else to resolve off of that. So she is going to use her jump, but it will get rid of the pin and not the strain. However, if she wants to use her deflect, that would set off the strain, doing another 3 damage, which would be not good for Ahsoka. So yeah, she will not be deflecting. That'll be a losing trade on that. So Django, kind of the perfect answer to Ahsoka and her high defense. So that will be 3 points. Back to 4. Bringing them to 4. That's a +1 trade on there that round. And next we have the ARF Troopers. They do have shoves. Can they get to the middle? Yeah, I think we'll be trying to shove Mandalorian off and get to that ingress point. So let's start with the advance. Oops. There we go. It's for you. Do the attack first. They're not hunkered or anything. So we don't want to get in melee with them. So he will attack first. That'll be 7 dice. What's his thing again? 3 action. So I could use that for a dash out of him. And an attack. Anyway, they will attack. 7 dice. Oops. And defense 4 at range. 3 expertise. So that'll be the crit and hit. Giving them 2 crits, 3 hits. 2 expertise, I believe is 2 blocks. Yes. So that'll block all the hits, and 2 crits will get through. And so that will do 2 damage, pin, and shove. 2, pin, and a shove. So just shove them straight back there, so that they're ready to be shoved completely off. And the other one will attack. Four hits, crit, 1 expertise. Expertise is a hit. 5 hits, 1 crit. 1 expertise, 1 block. So 3 blocks. 3, 5. So 3 steps. So 3 damage. 4 because the pin will become a damage. 4 damage. Like that. 1 away. And expose. And the shove that we need. There. And now we'll do our defensive maneuver. That costs a force. And we'll be able to take this ingress point up. don't want to be in the way of ourselves here, so better stand for this guy, butt them up against each other. Make it so that people can't use that ingress point. That will flip it. And give them a hunger token. So I'll get us 3 points. And a momentum. I don't think Talzin is the play here. I mean, Savage wants to go after Anakin or Ahsoka, but, well, yeah, Ahsoka might not be a bad idea for him. Because it'd have to be melee, so she could do too fast for you, but she might also wound herself when doing that. So, yeah, I don't think Talzin's the play. So let's see. Oops. It's the Night Sisters, so they have a chance at pushing one of these arcs off, and they could jump up the middle. And I know I wanted to keep them back, but gotta flip something here. Attacking Anakin is not a great idea. I would say it's got pretty decent defense. So yeah, I think I'll have them advance. There. Now, jump, get them on. So one could jump there. One could jump to ingress if we push one off. So we'll attack the back one with the back one, I guess. So that'll be 6 on. They are hunkered and will benefit from cover. So 6. Three hits, 2 expertise. 2 expertise, 2 hits, 5 hits. 3 expertise, 2 blocks, 4 blocks, so 1 hit gets through. Yeah. 1 hit gets through, so that's not the shot we wanted. We'll do a pin and a damage. Not great, although they only need 1 shove to be shoved off, so hopefully the next one can do it. Yeah, using the right set up dice. Okay, right amount of dice. Just expertise. 4 expertise will be crit hit. 2 expertise, 1 block, 3 blocks. So just the crit getting through. So that pin will become damage, so 2 damage. Again, not what we wanted. So instead, we will be going for just getting bodies on that one that Anakin's sitting on. So we can put that one. that and that, and we will flip that point. So that'll be 3 for the Dathomirians. Right, so I should be using Mother Talzin's thing here. They did damage on both those attacks, so they should get a recover, so that should recover. You can use that on Maul. So recovering 2 damage off of Maul. Should be good there. Could have. This one was. Yeah. Okay, so we'll recover. The second one was within 2 of the Mandalorian, so we will take off. I think the pin on that. So for their next activation, in case. Yeah, I'll make their next activation not suck. Clone Commandos. They, of course, do not have any shoves. But they could quite easily do that 1 damage to the Mandalorian in order to flip that point. So I think that's what we're going for there. We will be get in there. So just advance forward. Oops. And then we'll be using, well, I think we attack first. Exposed. So yeah, we'll do attack first. It'll be 6 dice. On 4. So crit, 4 hits, 3 blocks, 2 get through. 2 damage and pin. So we put the pin back on and 1 damage. 2 damage technically. That will be enough to wound. So we will gain a momentum. And then the other one, we'll just attack Django, because why not? So that'll be 6 dice again versus 5. Pretty sure they're not close enough for, yeah. Coordinate fire on that. 2 expertise. 1 crit. So 3 crits and a hit. 3 blocks. I think we're just going to be blocking the hits. Yep. 2 more blocks. So that will be 3 crits on that roll. So 4 damage and pin, or do 1 less damage and strain instead. Would be good to stop his not so fast ability, although I don't really have the force for that. If I go for wounding him, then everything's going to cost more as activation. So we might just go, yeah, 4 and pin. The pin is already going to make him not very happy. So yeah, do the 4 and pin. Then we're going to do our defensive maneuver. However, these will both be climbs instead of dashes, so that will mean I should do this guy first, because I need them both to get up there. So this will mean that they do not get their hunker, because they are, you only get the hunker if you do a dash. Both, if one of them does a dash. They're both doing a climb. They will flip the point. And so that will be 3 points again. So really getting stuck on this track, not getting past 0, so getting another momentum. So this has turned into a fairly even struggle, I would say. Although the Republic is looking a little healthier and better force economy going on. Now, is it time for Talzin? Fortunately, the dash on a Dathomirian comes before the she could do manipulating hand. Not that she has enough force to do it anyway. So what are we gonna do? Oh, she does get, there was a wound. So she should get a dash off that, which is helpful. But she wouldn't have been within 4 for the attack. But the dash will help, at least, I think. Could dash him. Still don't think Mother Talzin's having the effect we want here. She could climb, but not be contesting. Get one of those. Nope, she doesn't have the force. I think we keep picking. Savage is an option. He could definitely come up. Dash, climb. Give him a smack. What do you need? Maybe three successes if he gets an expertise in order to wound them. It's doable. So let's see. It's Savage. So do his dash ability for 1 force. Furious Rush. And then we will do a climb. There. And then that will get rid of the hunker. Oh, we only need 4 damage, so 2 successes. So that's very doable. We could also get an expose from the Night Sisters, which is free, so why not? Throw an expose there. He'll be rolling 7 dice. And they'll be rolling. They don't have a hunker anymore, and it's not ranged. So 4 dice. 1 block against a crit, a damage, and 4 hits. So 4 4 on the tree, and a damage. So we can take the top track, do 6 damage, and all but pin, which they're already pinned. So just do everything. Yeah, that was 6 damage total. That matters. They are wounded. Add on momentum. Oops. Alright. Okay, well, I guess we'll just place that there. Yeah, they're wounded, so that'll flip the point. Well, yeah, hold up. Let's see here. Ahsoka will get to do her revenge type attack. Alright, so Ahsoka's revenge attack. She gets an advance. She's no longer pinned. That will set off the strain. One character may advance toward the enemy character, then the character may recover 3. So that'll be a net 0, I guess, if I set off that strain and do the recover. Because I'll be, yeah, probably better to just recover. We'd be tying the points, so that's going to deny his take on that. So, good. So yeah, that'll tie that point. Denying the flip, it will set off the strain, take 3 damage, but then we'll recover 3. Unless I want to take something off of there. That is a lot of conditions happening, but I think we'll keep Ahsoka healthy. And they're probably not within 2. Yep, okay. That makes that choice easy. So, no flip there. Only 2 points. So there we go, that's Savage. Captain Rex. Get a dash to do a dash himself. They have those points, so I really need to move someone over here. And he's kind of the only one. So yeah, I might give him the dash and leave, and then I'll be able to leave my force for Django. So I won't have to do the defensive maneuver. Still get my hunker. Don't use the force. And then we'll try to be trying to wound. I have 7. We'll try to shove probably the Night Sister off. Maybe we should probably be within 2 of them so we can recover some of their conditions. Yeah. Alright, so that'll be 7 dice. Not exposed anymore. 7. I won't use the force for exposing. I can hopefully get to at least 2 successes through in order to get those 2 shoves. Okay, One expertise, I think, is 2 hits. Yep, 5. Block. 2 blocks. So 3 getting through, which is nice. 2 damage. 2 shoves. And 2 recovers. Now, what do we want to get rid of there? We'll get rid of, I think, the pin and strain, and then we can get rid of the disarm or expose when they go from wounded to injured. Oh yeah, when... Oh no. No, he wouldn't have been close enough to recover for them on that. Get a move on. Getting a hunker there. Yeah. Okay, so that will flip that point, and that will be a 4-point swing for the Republic, finally getting it across 0. So that's pretty dangerous for the Dathomirians, as they've got a lot of momentum as well. Talzin. Well, Talzin could... Nope. They have 0 force. Talzin. Could take the Ingress point and fit there, probably. Flip that point. Throw some damage at Commandos. Oh yeah, the Mandalorians will be next. Yeah, I think we just go with that. Talzin can go. And she will take the full move. Oop, and do a lance. Whoops, just throwing her off a cliff here. There. So that will flip that point. And then 4. Yeah, try to shove that guy off to prepare for future activations. Oh yeah, he should get a dash. Dash him right in. Build them there. Not going to flip the point, as I said, but what can you do? Finished off Struggle 1, and then realized that the recording had stopped during Talzin's turn. So to summarize, because there's just a couple more activations. I need to reset that. So Talzin was already up here beside Ahsoka, so she was engaged and could not attack to try and push a commando off. She retroactively had dealt with the tactic ability, so had Maul tie up the point over here. And she did an attack on Ahsoka, which did some damage. yeah, maybe a couple more damage on that. And then, so that was her turn. So they had only gotten 2 points. And then the Shatterpoint was drawn on for Republic. And so I thought about, because they needed 4 points, or they needed 5 points basically. So there was an opportunity to get this back point with either Ahsoka or maybe Anakin, but if Anakin left that point, it was tied, so we would have lost that point. So Anakin would have had to wound somebody. So there's potential to wound to. I mean, Maul only has, well, a few damage now. Uh, yeah, must have been on 4, I guess. But anyway, I would have needed to wound Maul with Anakin to get that extra struggle movement and momentum, and then um, I thought the revenge attack might push him off so that he couldn't go for this back point. So I went with the simpler route, which was just have Ahsoka go. She did attack Talzin and shove her off. It was just a shove and a damage. And then force speed, which was just a dash because she was engaged with Savage. And then a normal move, which was also just a dash because she was engaged with the Mandalorian. Well, I guess that could have been a full advance, but because they were wounded, but I didn't want to go out of engagement because that would have um, had her 2 away, I think, from being wounded. So she stayed within engagement of the commando, got that back point for 4, which had them 1 away, and then in response, the Dathomirians got the Mandalorians, so they became unwounded. However, tied over here. He moved in over here, also tied. Could have maybe tried to jump over here to flip that point, but um, yeah, they only had a move action, so he moved in. It would have been only a dash, which wouldn't have gotten there, and there was no force left for the force jump to get there either. They already had the middle point, so basically just moved in to tie this. Hoped to shove this commando off to flip that point, but that was unsuccessful. They did do, yeah, couple damage to the commandos. The Mandalorian commandos, they did a couple more damage to Ahsoka. Yeah, so flipping nothing. So on Django's turn for the Republic, he didn't actually have to flip any points, so he just moved up to be contesting that point, just to make the decision a little more difficult. Attacked the other Django and successfully wounded him. Also adding some conditions and getting off the active ability, which he used on Talzin to pull, pin, and then because he wounded the other Django, Mother Talzin did do her revenge attack, so she shed the pin and attacked Django, but it did nothing. So that was the end of that struggle. And so the Dathomirians, they got this card and decided to go with the one where they have 1 point contested. The other 2 are completely empty. Talzin's pretty close to that one. And they've got some figures around that one. And so that avoided giving the Republic the point that Django has, having this one that's tied, and that one's empty. But this was the better play for them. So let's roll. And it will be a fail, which is this one. All right, and that was a full deck, so everyone's refreshed and shuffled. So we're starting fresh, and it is Talzin. Now Talzin has no way of getting that point, even moving any of the other figures. Pretty sure he's not within 3 there. And I mean, who can get the points? Savage, maybe. Django. Super Commandos, we don't need to worry about that one. I mean, she could just go for that point as well. Start getting Savage or Maul moved into position. Or, because we just need a body there. We do want to come out strong. Because we need to get this struggle, but also be set up well for next. So let's see who's next. And it is Savage. So, yeah, they're already wounded. He isn't, I don't think he even has any movement. Yeah. No movement on the tree either. So I think, yeah, I mean, that should get him there. Plus a dash. Do a take cover. No attacking on that, but under. Yeah, I mean, I could move, be engaged, and then do my dash. Maybe get the wound on her. She could get a jump, but that's not going to get her there. Yeah, let's do that. Move. So he'll get his 2 extra dice. And I mean, she can reflect back. I need to do 3. So could use the force points to reflect some back and keep her alive. So might have to try and get 6 through. He would take 3. Unless he wants to just pile on a bunch of conditions. Anyway, okay, so we'll do that attack. It'll be 9 dice. She has 6 on defense here. 2, 2, 2. Ooh, one damage or 1 block. Expertise. So hit, crit to hit, or block, crit to hit. So 2 blocks. Block that. That just counts a hit. Doesn't matter. Which is which? 2 plus another crit and a damage. So 3. 3 and a damage. So we could be doing 7 damage so that even if she reflects, she will become wounded. Or do 5 damage. And the expose and strain still, well, yeah, reflect 2 back, still take the 3 and become wounded. So yeah, that's an easy decision I think. 5 damage, expose and strain. So does she want to spend to reflect 2 back? It's not really worth it. Yeah. So good job, Savage. Momentum. Now, is it just when another... Yeah, when an enemy character wounds another allied unit. So, doesn't get anything on her being wounded. So, nice. That was good play by Savage. And come back and get that point. And we already have this point. So that'll be 3. Alrighty. What does the Republic have to say about that? Ahsoka. Well, better roll. And it's the fail again. So she becomes injured, loses all the damage. She will remove the strain, I think. Yeah. And then she will be taking 2 from breaking engagement with the commando. So yeah, I'll have to do that. Either way, it'll be a dash. Call it a move action. So she'll take 2 on that. From No Mercy. And she's not in range yet, so yeah, I'm gonna need another move, and that'll cost her 2. Although I could get it off the tree. Yeah, I think we'll do the attack first. See what happens there. Because I think I can still shove him that way. So 4 on defense and melee for Savage. We're going for the shoves, so stay on this side. Yep. So 6 dice. 2 and 1 expertise. 3 expertise. Still 2 hits. 4 minus 3, so only 1 gets through. Shove and 1 damage. Except he has protection and steadfast. So that will do nothing. Again, good job, Savage. Being a hard to move primary hunter. Yep, okay. So do you spend 2 force on the move? just to tie it. She can get the follow-up, can't she? Because yeah, I think she does, like, he doesn't get moved by the shove, but she can do a follow-up, I believe. So we will do that. That'll get her to the point. So we at least don't need to spend 2 force on that. The Republic will get 0 points. That is really not good. So might be having to just kind of set up for struggle 3 for the Republic. Block. So that'll be the back point. And Talzin can get that freely. Commandos have 2 damage. Everyone else is pretty much full health. So let's see what I want to do here. Wonder if a dash would be enough there. Gotta solidify that point. They have 2 damage on them. Yeah, dash isn't enough to get Maul there. So yeah, let's solidify that point with 2. And they have to wound them instead of shove. So that's Talzin's tactic. Then she's going to attack the commando on the back, I think. Oh, actually, damage. Yeah, Django's going to do not so fast. So roll 5. And get 4 damage. It's 3 hits and a crit. That'll be 4. Nice. Yeah, Savage would have recovered, but he has nothing to recover. That attack on Ahsoka. Okay. So Talzin's going to attack. Yeah, I think we do Great Mother because they have protection, so I need to be doing 5 damage. And on this side, I get the active ability to maybe have Django dash away, but then I need 4 successes to get 5 damage through, and it's not as good on range. So we'll swap into Great Mother. 7 dice against. Right, they're not hunkered. But 5. A Yahtzee of expertise, as somebody said recently on the Slack. Oh, that's a good roll too. Expertise, crit and hit. Jeepers. 2 crits, 5 hits. Against 1 block and a reposition. So 4, 6, that'll be full tree on that. Wow. Let's do the conditions, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. That'll be enough. Expose and pin. And just mark that. They're wounded. She will recover 1 for doing a damage with life drain. We got the exposed pin, 2 shoves, and she gets a reposition. So that's nice. 2 shoves. Oh yeah. Being on the shove side, I would pick the back one. Shove him off. And then reposition. They don't have steadfast because they didn't get their hunker. Yeah, let's go here. And at that point, that'll be 4 points for the Dathomirians, which will, because they get a momentum, and that'll be struggle 2, done in 3 activations, or 2 of the Dathomirians activations. So hopefully, she even has another action to use, so just get the hunker. Oh yeah, card there. And yeah, that'll be struggle 2 for the Dathomirians. So it's tied up. So which does the Republic want? Oh, good options. That one's tied. Oh, that one's Republic now. That one's theirs. Or empty. Dathomirian. So it's pretty much got to be this one. She's at least only 1 person there. Anakin and Rex are already on this one. Come on. There we go. I think. Yep. Okay. So, Public's gotta do something here to get some. They have 1, but they really need to swing this, I think. Where are we? Of course, that one is priority. And we get Django. That's not a bad option. Django can pull her off and take that point pretty easily. He has 6 health left. Might be able to get a wound on her. Let's see. Do a focus first. And then pull. Got an angle on the pull here. I think I could pull her that way. So I'll use a force, capture wire, pin. Then we're still engaged. If I go up here, if I jetpack up, then I won't be the same elevation as the objective. So I might just stay like that. Yeah, I mean, could always leave her at a couple health and be able to not so fast if, well, to make sure that they don't Shatterpoint her, I guess. Although really at this point, I'm sure Maul's going to be the one totally Shatterpointing. It would have been nice. It would be nice to have the ranged expertise, but I think for the sake of the objective, we'll have to move. Just stay on the right elevation. So do the jetpack. Focused attacks, so 7. Oops. Against. She is hunker. No, she will lose her hunker. Melee 5. So 2 blocks, no expertise. 2 expertise will be a hit and a damage. That's nice. 4 hits and a crit. 2 blocks, 3. 3 successes and a damage. That'll be 6 damage and strain, which is perfectly enough. Strain and 6 damage. Nice. So, and she doesn't get the revenge attack on her own, on herself being wounded. Gotta reset that. Wounded. There we go. So, he will refresh 2 force and recover 2. He's got no one to recover, but refresh 2 force, which will be really nice for the Republic team. So we will get that objective and that one for 3 points, and that one is tied. So 3 and a momentum. So a really good turn there. Django being Django. Now pass it back to the Dathomirians. Expertise, that one. Okay. Not really the one we want to be fighting over, because it'd really be good to flip one of the objectives that the Republic doesn't already have 2. Now, Mandalorians have 1 move to the objective. They would need the jetpack, which is now going to cost 2, unfortunately. But who else could flip that? Django, of course. That's the only person. Yeah, we might have to go for the 2 points. Maybe we try to wound Ahsoka in the process. So if we jetpack and then do our moves, we could be within 2, which would get us a focus. So yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll do the jetpacks. And then move. Okay, a lot of distance from the move there, which is nice. Move. And he'll want to get out of the way. No, he's now engaged with Ahsoka. So we do want to move so that we can maybe get some shoves in case we don't get enough damage through. I mean, we're going to get that point anyway, but still. So they will get 6 dice, a focus, and impact 1, so 8. Ahsoka melee will be 6, and she's exposed for this one. So first attack will be this one. Trying to get the shoves. So 2 expertise. Offense will be 1 crit. 2 expertise on defense will be nothing because she's exposed. 1 block. So 2 and 2 blocks of 3 getting through. So we don't get the shove, but we can do 4 damage and strain. So if she tried to reflect back, which would cost 3, she'd be reflecting 2, but that would set off the strain as well. So not really a good option there. So 6 out of 9. But no longer exposed for the next attack. One expertise. The crit again. So 2 crits, 2 hits. 3 expertise will be block, block, crit 2 damage. So plus a block, 3 blocks, and she gets a jump. 3 blocks. So 2 will get through. And so that will be 3 damage. Can do a disarm this time. So 3 damage will do it. Disarm. And that wound. Getting a momentum. And getting that point for 2. So pretty good turn there. There's now 3 bodies on that point, which makes that pretty solid. So 2, get another momentum for not getting past 0. And yeah, so pretty good turn by the Mandalorians there. Again, no revenge attack because it was Ahsoka being wounded. So we're going back and forth wounding the people who have revenge attacks for wounding other people. Fail, which puts it back here. It's the one the Republic already has. So they're ready to get those 3 points again. So that would put them 3 away. Now, how can we get that point? Basically, we would need the commandos to go there and wound the super commandos, basically. Let's see what we get here. ARF troopers. They could also move in and try to shove and or wound those Mandalorians. Or go for an easier wound. Try to, yeah, wound the Night Sisters. It's going to be a pretty hard point to take, but I could also be solidifying the two that I have. So we're going to get 3. I just do some wounding, and so it might be hard to actually get within 2 there. Yeah, I don't really want to spend 2 on their defensive maneuver. Yeah, for that. There's wounded. They're both wounded. We could try to wound Maul, or try to put some conditions on him. Conditions, shove, and not quite wound Maul, so that he can't use damage for force. That might be the better play, actually. So they will become unwounded or injured. They will get rid of the disarm. And yeah, both attack Maul. I think they could, yeah, that one could move back to contest that point. Yeah, they could both move in to contest that point, make it more difficult to get as well. So yeah, I think that's going to be our play here. So first attack on Maul from the back guy there. 7 dice. And Maul has 6 on defense. Ooh. 2 expertise will be 2 blocks. 6 blocks. Wow. But no crit to hit or fail stuff. So, but 1 expertise is 1 hit. So, just the crit will get through. So that'll be a pin and a damage. And then the other one will attack. Three expertise, that might be 3 blocks. Nope, still 2. So 3 blocks total. 1 expertise again, 1 hit. All the hits will be blocked, 1 crit getting through. So pin and damage, pin will become a damage, so 7 out of 11. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to do Rex's 5 dice attack. Gets a dash, but doesn't really want to go anywhere. So we'll just do the 5 dice attack. All. This will be, whoops. This will be melee now. Not that it matters for Rex or Maul, really. One expertise. It's 2 hits. So 3 hits, which are all getting blocked. So 1 crit will get through. So shove and damage. Shove 1 damage. So 3 away. Okay. Won't follow that up either. Now the Arfs will do their move, so he can do a full advance. And he can do a full advance. To solidify that point. So we'll stick with our 3. Night Sisters. Right, so it was tempting to wound them, but they would have gone and flipped up anyway. But the pins could have been, well, that pin would have gone away too. So their play is pretty easy. Block. That's the priority token, so they could move up and flip that. Well, they will easily be able to, and their targets are engaged with another Mandalorian or another Dathomirian. So, oh yeah, he'll lose his hunker because of that. Used to those staying, like I said. So they could just take ranged shots, I think, one of them. Yeah. Do the attack first. We get 2 more dice on the ranged attack. 8. And really need to go for wounds, I think. So let's attack Rex. He'll be the easier target than, yeah, he's in his defensive stance. So easier target than Anakin for sure. 5 dice. 3 expertise. So at range, that'll be 2 hits. So 5 hits, 2 crits, 2 expertise, 1 block, 3 blocks, 4 getting through. So that's pretty nice. Getting through, could do an expose. 5 damage. Yeah. Pin, expose, 5 damage. Shove and jump. I do want to keep him engaged for those extra dice. And shoving him off the point doesn't really matter either. So yeah. We'll not do the shove, but we can do a jump. And the other one will attack. Same thing. Two expertise. 2 hits. 3 hits. 2 expertise, 1 block, I think. Yep. 2 blocks. So expertise cancels out basically. So 3 successes. We could do a recover. damage and recover on him. What do they need? 4 more. Well, hold up. Yeah, so the conditions will turn to damage. Oh, hold up. He's exposed. So he doesn't get the 1 block. Doesn't get the block. Okay, so 1 block. Cancels out the hit there. So yeah, they're gonna get 4 down the tree. Yes. So we could do the recover. Because we'll be doing 5 damage because the pin becoming a damage. Yeah, I get the jump. So yeah, we'll use the recover to get rid of the pin on Maul. Do 5 damage. And do the shove this time. And jump. Then I think we'll do, because we don't need the move now, we'll do the recover action. And, oh yes, wounded, add momentum, recover action so we can heal 2 more off of Maul. It's that he's further away from wounded, can be happy taking damage for force. All that, so that will flip that. They will get 3. See, I think the Republic's gonna have to do something about that back point there. They get a momentum for not crossing 0. Oh, Ahsoka gets, she's wounded, so that's not gonna help much. Ahsoka, commandos are wounded too. Oh boy, okay. Oh, she should have been able to do that on the commandos being wounded. Don't remember what order that happened though. So Rex was wounded. We dash toward the enemy that caused the effect and then recover. So I think I will just not move with the advance, and she can't get close enough to attack or recover for anyone. So that will set off the strain. Well, the recover will just get rid of her conditions on that, because she really needs to stay near that point. Probably gonna have to Shatterpoint her or something later in order to get this point back, or at all. Not a great response for Ahsoka there. Let's see who's next. It's the Shatterpoint. And the role is expertise, which is that back one, of course. So, yeah. I would need Ahsoka to wound the commandos to get that point. Well, and that would just be to tie that point. They're exposed. He's the harder one to push. Okay. Looks nice though. Yeah, really only be teeing it up for the commandos to come in later, which their card is in the deck still. So otherwise it'd be tempting to try to point them so that they can get in there and contest and at least tie the number of bodies. Yeah. This is bad. Very not good. Arf play might not have been the best. Should have attacked somebody on that back point instead of Maul. It's that I can actually hope to flip this point. Unless I just leave it and what could Anakin do? Because Anakin could wound Maul. He'd get a revenge attack. But he would move the struggle token one space. Get a momentum. Everyone would heal. But he still wouldn't be flipping that point because of the Night Sisters. Either way, I'm only going to end up tying and not flipping anything. Unless I have Rex go and Rex wounds the Night Sisters. And then I can flip a point. So I think that's the play. Yeah. Pin those injured. Stay exposed. No one's going for that point. Maybe Django, but that would only be 2. So yeah, we could start to move them away that way. Or start to move them in. Yeah, we move him. Then on his turn, because he hasn't gone yet, I don't think. Yeah. Then on Rex's actual turn, he can have them move in again. And then I can also get an expose for this. He's still contesting. Yeah, okay. So that's the plan. We can even focus. So it'll be 8. Spend 1 for the expose from the ARF troopers who get a hunker from his. Gotta move on. They 5 on defense. And are exposed. So no results there. 4. Oh wow. 4 expertise. That's 2 crits, so 6. That'll be full 3. So now we can do the recovers. Well, how many damage do we need? We need 5. So we'll have to take the top. So 7 damage. Should be a wound. Expose. Shove and reposition. Reposition there. Shove happens first, but I'll go that way. Which you could have done from where he was. And yeah, we get the reposition. Exposed. Nope, not you. You. So Talzin, who was wounded, gets a dash and a 5 dice attack. So we'll move her into contesting. Something like that. Yeah. But then she's engaged and she can't do the ranged attack. And she's pinned and straight. So yeah, she doesn't get the move because she's pinned. That'll get rid of the pin. Doesn't set off the strength. She didn't do a dash. Nice ranged attack, but she's engaged with Django, so she can't do that. So she can't do nothing. Okay. Just lost the pin. Wounded. That will flip the point. So only get 2 on that. Dathomirians. Oh, priority is not great for Dathomirians, as we just went over. He could probably pull Django off and wound or push the ARC Trooper off. So I think that'll be the play there. 4 speed. Probably best to do the Ingress points. We're not engaged. We can make our full advance with our move action. See, within 3. Yes, he is. So we will pull him to there. And give him expose. I'll take 2 damage. And then normal move action. Oops. How many shoves do we need? Yeah, 1 shove is fine. So we'll do Sinister Cunning, because they got the shove on 1. He will have 9, so 3 9 dice on its attack. That goes away. I didn't get the recovers, so the arcs are already exposed. So that is nice. 4. Two, no, 1 block. 3 expertise will be crit hit damage. So 4, 6, that'll be full 3. And so plus the damage. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Wounded. Get a momentum. Expose goes away. Pin. Yeah, we'll do pin. Do shove. Yep. Reposition. Reposition and a jump. Just gonna go there. 2 recovers. And yeah, I think that's everything on that. Got my momentum, I think. And so that'll flip that. And they will get 3. So momentum for each side. So this is looking like anyone's game. Because the Republic was not well in position for Struggle 3 because of how quickly Struggle 2 went. So let's see how they can respond. Commandos. Priority on expertise, which is that back one. So commandos need to wound the other commandos and get on that point. So that'll cost 2 for defensive maneuver. Get rid of the pin. Get hunkered, but that probably won't matter. Oops. He has to get it there. So there and there. Now, can he actually make it with it advanced? Got it right up against him. Right on that. Yeah. Right on. Okay, then he just barely gets there. Okay. The other one. Yeah. I can also do. No, I don't think he can fit there. Have to come in like that. Get in there. Okay, now we need to wound them. So yeah. One of them is engaged in melee. So they lose their hunger. That one will be 5 dice against. Well, no, we'll do the. Which one should we do first? We should do. The ranged one first. I think that expose. Yeah. 6 dice on 4 in range. Oh, but they have more in melee. They have more dice on defense in melee to lose expertise results for. Let's do the ranged one first, I think. Because it's only up to 2 blocks anyway. We'll see. Okay, so we get rid of the 2 blocks on the ranged attack, which is nice. 1 block, crit, hit. Crit, yes. 3, 2 getting through, 2 damage, and pin. Not the swing that I wanted. 2. Okay. 1 less in melee. 1 more in melee. Let's see what happens. Definitely not doing like 6 damage on this. 3 hits, which is fully blocked. Ugh. And that's no good. So 3 to 2, don't flip the point. And get 1 point. Might. Oh. That might be a nail in the coffin for the Republic there. Alright. Well, yeah, it will be because they have 3. Or, well, it'll be 2 points, but still. It is that one. Yeah, so they do need to get a point somewhere. Yeah, that should be injured now. So let's see who we pick. Django. Django needs to get a point. With 3 force. No one's on that point right now. So you have to pull someone and wound someone, which is not going to happen between those two. So basically we need to wound somebody. And everyone's either full health or wounded. Might have to try. I think we'll have to try and wound the commandos. Already pinned, and who are exposed. So. Injured. Get rid of the pin. He will suffer damage from strain when he does anything. That's okay. Focus. So that'll set up the strain. Do 3 damage. Gets a jump. Put on the edge there. always want the crits from the expertise. Rather than the damage. Because we need to be getting 4 steps on the tree to get the wound. So that'll be 7 dice against 5 at range. But they're exposed. So 1 block, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 will be a full tree. That will get me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage to wound them. Which will add a momentum. What else does he do? Strain. Shove gets 2 jumps. It doesn't really matter. Sit on the point. And get 2. So that will be a victory for the Dathomirians, which is honestly pretty surprising given how struggle 1 went. The Republic, I mean, being able to get those 4 points around the board, so like the 4 in the shape of the expertise symbol, really seemed like they had the good positioning and control of the board. But then the flip for struggle 2 was pretty good for the Dathomirians, and I think they got a good turn order, which allowed them to just immediately take that struggle into 2 turns. I really think, I mean, maybe I should have been reserving Ahsoka for the Republic because she didn't flip anything, so that was really, really bad for the Republic. And made it so that they lost that struggle really quickly. So yeah, then they were just still kind of out of position, and I think because the Dathomirians hadn't really wounded anyone in that first struggle, then people were teed up to be wounded quite quickly as well. That which also has helped with that win for struggle 2, but then yeah, everyone's just becoming unwounded and trying to do what they can with their turn, but it wasn't enough for the Republic. So in the end, they started out stronger, but they got 4 wounds, and the Dathomirians didn't start off as quickly with wounding, but I mean, 2 on Ahsoka, 2 on the Mandalorian, or the Commandos, 2 on Arps, 1 on Rex. Oh yeah, and her response to the wound on the Commandos there wouldn't have done anything. She could have, yeah, I don't think she could have even advanced. Oh yeah, the jumps were from the attack, so she could have, I mean, she could attack him. But what's that going to do? Let's see. 5 on 5. What I'm expecting is it to do nothing, basically, because, or a shove and a damage, which basically nothing in this case. 3 expertise, 2 hits. Still not getting those crits. 2 expertise, 2 blocks. So 3 on 3 does nothing as expected. So I still am really struggling with Ahsoka, even though like I'm much more valuing shoves, which I wasn't the last time I played with them, like Anakin and Ahsoka. It's still like only 1 shove and a damage pretty consistently on all of her attacks, which is just not enough to do much on her activation. She also, like, I know that there's ways that she can deny flips on points, which she did in the first struggle, which is part of why that went quickly, or yeah, ended up sliding towards the Republic. And but in struggle 2 and 3, yeah, it just she was. I mean, she was the only one at that back point, but she didn't have enough help to flip it. She again only had the damage and shove, which Savage completely blocks with his steadfast and protection. So, if anything, I would say that this game was a positive showcase for Savage, being able to just completely deny that anyone getting that point long enough to get reinforcements, and also wounding Ahsoka, getting extra dice for those primary target like that. So yeah, Savage did what Savage is supposed to do. I would say in both of the games, he's been able to wound the primary that has only 9 health. So I would say don't be sending him after like the Anakins and or Vaders, or people with the 11 health who also have good defense. He's really been good in my experience with only 2 games, but anyway, that's my experience finishing off these lower health primaries. So I mean, they need to have damage on them already, but yeah, like even with Ahsoka's ability to reflect damage, he, you go down the track that throws all the conditions on her as well, and then if she tries to reflect the damage, that's a reactive ability, and that will set off the strain. So it's a losing situation for her there. So I think I will keep trying Savage until he completely fails me. I know on his turn he's not always flipping points because he doesn't have the shoves, but he's doing what he needs to do to, and it works, I think, in this list. I will have to try Ahsoka again, probably on my own, rather than bringing this list to a competitive event. Anakin did his thing. He has so many shoves on his Form 5 Shen stance that was really useful for flipping points. I didn't set off his "This is where the fun begins," which maybe if I had been able to do that, maybe the result would have been different. And that is it is part of his value, but I might try him with in a list that does not have Ahsoka, and also try Ahsoka in maybe a different list as well. Um, so I think I need to rework this list and try something else to really try and get those characters shining the way they should. But I think in the end, I like the Dathomirian list. It was seeming really bad in the first struggle, but they hung in there, and I think maybe turn order could have helped them um, have a better struggle one. But yeah, they again they held in there. So thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think of these teams, and I'll see you next time.